Russell fam, in today's video we're going to do a lesson with us, My Father's World, Exploration to the 1850s. Be back in just a second. Hi, my name is Becky and welcome to our Russell's Loving Life YouTube channel. I'm a homeschooling mom of 2 and I have been homeschooling since 2012. If you are new to our channel, please consider subscribing and clicking that little bell notification down the bottom. We talk about all things homeschool, family fun on this channel. And we also have a blog, which is russellslovinglife.com. There I give you tips and tricks and things that I have learned from my years of homeschooling. And if you are a returning Russell fam, we are so glad you are back. If you are new to our channel, I have been using My Father's World for 7 years. Bailey's in 6th grade this year, so I have used every curriculum from kindergarten up to now this year, Exploration to 1850. I love My Father's World curriculum. I love that I can teach Bailey and Becca both at the same time. They take the same Bible lesson, the same history lesson, the same science lesson, and we all do it through My Father's World. And it's broken down for each grade. Now it'll say for the older ones, 7th and 8th graders, do it this way. 2nd and 3rd graders, do it this way. And if they're in the middle, do it this way. So that is why I love My Father's World, and this is why I wanted you to do a lesson with us so you can see a little more in depth. So let's get started. All right, today we're going to do a lesson with us with Exploration to 1850 in My Father's World. Here's the teacher's manual, and these are the subjects that we do together. As a family, we do Bible, history, and science. So Becca is in here with us. So we start here, and it tells us for our week 1, and this is Monday, we're going to start right here with Bible, and boy, have I got problems. And it says, see notes. Well, boy, have I got problems, if you've seen our flip through, is this book. All right, and we come over here to where it says, see notes. And it tells us for Bible, right here, we are going to complete pages 4 through 13, and we're going to stop at the end and don't finish all of page 13 because we're not going to memorize that Bible verse. Memorizing Bible verses starts next week. So we are going to go through to page 4, and I'll show you what that looks like, and then I will go over this with the kids. We are talking about the book of James, chapter 1, verses 1 through 11. And then here's just what it looks like. From slave to bound servant. All right, and we're going to stop before we get down here. All right, we just got finished doing our Bible study with Boy, Have I Got Problems. Now we're fixing to read about In God We Trust with Leif Erikson. That is also going to go along with our history. So it is telling us to go to page 10 in the book of In God We Trust. So we're going to go to page 10. Stop. If I can find it. All right. You're on it. There we are. So we're going to read this chapter, and we'll be back in just a second. All right, so we are now down to history, and it's telling us to use our timeline. And these were the sheets that I was talking about from our timeline. And I told you that we just use a trifold board, and that's what we have. And there is last year's that we worked on. And then so we're going to start this year's timeline up here at the top. And that is how we do our timeline. Sometimes you can do it on a wall if you want to, but I do it this way just so we can keep up with our years. And then it tells us that we have in our notebook. So here they're talking about, like, if you have to keep up a notebook for your state. So here's your student notebook. Here's the colorful sheet that starts your notebook for the year. And here's our worksheets that we are going to do for today, because it says week 1. And that one says week 1 Monday. And that one says week 1 Monday. So these are the worksheets that we are doing for today. So when it talks about the notebook, that's what it's talking about. And then it's talking about this worksheet for the early American explorers. Bailey can color this. Yeah. And then it talks about right here that we are going to do a world map activity. And so it says see notes. So we come over here and we look for, here's talking about the history. And here it's talking about the notebook and the early settlers. And then you go here and it's talking about our map activity. So it tells us to read the Story of the World book and then do our map activity from there. And then our next sheet is when we get over here to science, we're going to do this, talking about our creation. So we are going to cover those things, and I'll be back in just a second. All right, so now in our map activity, we're going to take this sheet right here, and we're going to use Story of the World, and it tells us to go to page 10, and we are going to label our map to look just like this. We're going to label the continents and the oceans. Okay, we just finished this part of history, and we also did the Exploring American History in this book, where we talked some more about Leif Erikson, because we also talked about him in our Bible. So now we are moving on to science and the creation. And so here is the science sheet, and when I get done with that, it's going to go in Bailey's science notebook. But we are talking about the days of creation, and because it says creation, see notes, you go all the way over here to your notes. And this is why I love My Father's World so much, because it tells you what to do right here for Bailey's age group. But if you're taking this course for a 7th and 8th grader, it tells you to do this, and it tells you if you're doing this for a 2nd or 3rd grader, you supplement this using this. So that's why I love My Father's World so much, because you can teach so many different grade levels all at once. All right, we are done with our My Father's World exploration to the 1850 do a lesson with us. But if you are doing their spelling power, then you just follow their directions here, but we're not doing that. We are using our Soaring with Spelling and Vocabulary. And then math, I keep a record of the math lessons that we do. I'll write those all the way across, and we use Saxon for that. So I hope you enjoyed this do a lesson with us in My Father's World. I hope you have enjoyed this do a lesson video with us. If you have any questions about the curriculum, drop it down in the comments below. I will love to answer the questions for you. I love the curriculum. I will also leave a link down in the description box if you want to buy the curriculum or if you want to look into it yourself. So I will leave that down there. But as always, remember to be kind, be careful, be considerate, and have a great day. Bye.